Folks, welcome to SpeedBump Mystery Night. It's Steam Next Fest, and we got a game from it for you. Viewers at home can join in. It's Level Devil. We are ready to go anytime.
Yeah, let me go ahead and give them the countdown. We'll get going.
I'm gonna grab the audio from player one here.
All right.
This game is all about deception, bullying,
It is indeed deceptive.
deceptive gameplay. Players are off. They have 30 minutes to finish a demo that they probably will finish this time.
Yeah, I played through this. We were talking about trying to find a Next Fest demo, and I played through this to test it. And I completed it in about 20 minutes. Very fun. I had a great time.
Watching Virtual Cat just plummet.
Yeah, this is a really rude game. Like it's designed to be a troll game, but it's done so in a way that it's never very punishing, and you can like figure it out and move on to the next level pretty quickly. You never get really set back or anything like that.
The spikes are moving. You're taking things for granted, like the jump is what it should be. Honestly, a good approach for this would be change your pace just a little bit.
Yeah, after a while, you start to recognize some patterns too. I definitely got to a point when I was later in the game where I was first trying some levels because I could anticipate exactly what was going to go wrong.
Yeah, they are designing this for player holds right and goes, at least at this point. You could get away with some sneakiness if you just held up for a second. Though they did counter that specifically in like level 4 where the pit came after you for going too slow.
Right. Watching Okami get shoved into the pit,
Yeah.
and then dude. This is real charming though. I had a blast playing it. I was only going to test whether or not it worked, and then I was having enough fun that I was like, I'm gonna find out how long it is, because it doesn't seem like it would take that long.
There's some really good demos out there. Of course, I was into Monster Train 2, having put like 600 hours in Monster Train 1, but I played a lot of tactics games recently on that list. And there's a few other platformers I was looking at. They couldn't persuade the coin collecting. Oh no!
I feel like dude just got a wall jump. I'm watching people do some stages that I first tried, and finally seeing what the troll was is very amusing to me.
These coins have value beyond being blocks sometimes.
Nope. They don't mean anything. Okami has just entered the backwards control section. It's not always backwards controls, but that's the gimmick in this area, is that sometimes your controls are backwards.
Hey, there are many Mario Maker levels that have this kind of energy. My problem with Mario Maker is the filters are pretty lousy for it, so you'd have to... I think if you were looking for that kind of stage, you'd probably be able to find it because the depths are so high, they wouldn't be in the normal pool. They probably have a filter for that, but their filtering system is why I don't still play that every single day of my life.
I feel like in 2025, if you're going to still be playing Mario Maker, you probably should be playing off of curated lists. And I think that there are now these days like third-party Force World systems that will guide you toward better levels.
There are sickos who do the extra hard mode campaign, and they're at 20,000, 30,000 wins in a row, you know? The 99 lives. They just never, they're not gonna lose. There's only a few, but they exist. There's more than 5 of them that like competing for 30,000 levels cleared. Which means that they're gaining more lives than they're losing as they go through. Losing 3 or less lives on average on each level they clear.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, you can definitely get into a rhythm. I mean,
Even
plus
super
if you're
expert.
playing for longevity, you know how to like collect more lives so that you do.
Yeah, all you need is a turtle shell and you can bounce it off the wall for 3 lives. But yeah, I have seen the fun levels of Mario Maker that have this energy. This has the graphics of N+,
Yeah.
not the gameplay of it. Six minutes in, no one's tired of it yet.
There was a part of me that anticipated we'd probably get at least one person who's like, this is not my thing, and would bail on the race, understandably. But everyone seems to be having fun with it. It's, like I said, it's a troll game that's not all that mean about it, so I think it's easy to just kind of take it in stride. Okami is, by the way, quite a bit further through than I expected he'd be at the 6-minute mark, so so Okami might finish in like 10 minutes, I don't know.
Nice catch on that warp. Okami banned my crush missiles and beat me in Contra 3 without my crush missiles.
Unbelievable.
Contra 3 without crush, that sucks. How am I supposed to kill the boss in, well, 2 frames? Sometimes nothing happens, and that's even more jarring than spikes and springs.
Yeah, sometimes you dodge it all and you're like, is this just in my head? Is it not, is this level not, does it not have any traps, or did I just miss the traps?
Wall jumps can seemingly happen. They seem sort of like Mario 1 wall jumps, where they're precise, weird jumps, and it's hard to tell if they're even meant to happen. Which warp is correct? Oh, that one.
I don't know why, but the room that Okami just did took me a lot longer than it did him.
big, tall fella.
This one's a cool mechanic.
Too tall. Too big. Now thin. Oh. Oh man, Yoku blocks that suck. I know you're not a Mega Man-eer, but Mega Man 7... No, it's Rockman and Forte actually. Has worse Yoku blocks than what this game is doing. It's one of the rudest things I've ever seen.
The only weird thing about this game's Yoku... I mean... So the only thing about this game's Yoku blocks is that obviously it's a troll game, so the Yoku blocks are all just kind of for jerks.
Picture this, you walk into a room after a boss rush, basically. Huge level. I think you just maybe beat 2 of those bosses, and then there is a line of Yoku blocks, pretty standard looking. It ends above spikes, so you watch the pattern, and then you go to do it. And then you do the last jump, and it's just not there. Because it's actually 2 sets. It's 2 cycles, not 1. And the second cycle is missing the last block. As a prank on you, the person who watched the blocks.
Okay, maybe my estimate of 15 minutes won't be too far off. Because Okami's got this level, and then the last level is a little bit longer.
They could really, make these levels longer, but I think it wouldn't be in the spirit of the, once you know the trouble, you probably won't get got by it. So these checkpoints are Meat Boy-esque. Perfect.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that felt really fair about this, was that once you figured out what it asks of you, it's just execution, and it's generally speaking not that bad.
That door's bouncy. That door's also bouncy. Oh man. This is where the breakaway happens. Stuff like this. And it threw me in La Milana as well. Indie devs can do whatever the hell they want. They're not doing standard like Nintendo rules where you can't do this in Mario Maker. You can't make this happen like this. You can't make Mario be 50 feet tall and have to deal with the consequences. La Milana specifically threw me at the end when everything was falling apart in really strange ways that did not match the sprite work.
Yeah, La Milana 2 has a lot of that going on.
Orbs.
La Milana 2 can be very divisive, as I can attest to based on the guy who is currently leaving 4 or 5 comments on every one of my Let's Play videos on YouTube right now, and has been for the past few days. Every time I say a single positive thing, he replies, "No, actually, La Milana 2 is terrible." And he gives me a timestamp for every time I say something positive about La Milana 2.
Sideways missile. I'm still interested in doing the LP of those 2 games.
Yeah, I'm in.
High effort, too much editing work of all of it. And bringing in I'll bring in the lore of the gods that we meet. I'll go nuts. Spritz and Virtua Cat both racing the same door with dude, actually. 3 people fighting for that door. They all made it. It's very close for second place.
Okay, Okami realized his mistake. Gotta take that block down there to patch the hole. And do it again.
The door died. Oh. This is your boss fight.
Yeah, demo boss. And Okami has recorded his time of 15 minutes and 43 seconds.
Local 2-player mode, what's that about? Secrets, ooh.
We've got 3 of our players on the final gauntlet.
Can you just wait on this one the dude's on and not leave the...
No, it's a trigger based on where you, like where you move. Yeah, I think that this game could afford to be a little meaner, and no one would probably be upset about it. But it is quite nice. Like the death animation takes long enough that you can usually see the solution, so next time you don't die again. It doesn't really ask you to solve the puzzle. It more like just shows you what the solution is.
See if dude gets hit by that missile. I'm ready. Got hit by the missile. Oh, that teleporter on Spritzes. I didn't see that last time.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you've got plenty of time to get there, so no reason to rush, and then you realize it actually makes you do the run twice.
How generous of the terrain to come back. Spritz in the lead, I think, now. It's pulled ahead of everyone else. And I think with that, they're going to have this.
Is Spritz... Oh, I don't think... So I think Spritz thinks that there's, like, a solution to this, not realizing that this is just... Play it out, Spritz! There we go.
Well, they're gonna get their time in about 18 minutes. A little bit ahead of Virtua Cat, 30 seconds ahead. I think we can edit the times with the mid commands. I'm not sure.
Probably.
Dude also finished. No luck is not too far back. They still have 11 minutes.
Poor Spritz. Oh yeah, there's an edit time.
Love the fake door.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, it sounds like our players had a good time.
What's going on this level with the anti-gravity?
This is the only level where you have infinite jumps.
Is it wearing off?
Nope. You just start moving slower. You start moving slower, so then it's like, oh god, this is going to take even longer. And then the door moves away from you. So then it takes even longer. It's just trying to be rude.
Mashing stage.
I don't feel like you have to mash very fast, but this one room did make me think, I wonder if there's going to be anyone who has trouble with this. Like, you do not have to, like, mash aggressively to make it. I just kind of tapped rhythmically. You know, I'm sure there are some people who, even mashing at that speed is probably pretty challenging, so.
They got it.
Yeah, when I showed this to Smite, his immediate reaction was that it's got I want to be the guy energy.
That's always going to be the classic one of these for me. I grew up with that one. I haven't played.
I never played I Want to Be the Guy.
It's fairly entertaining and funny. It's got good music in it. I've never played the other ones. I think it's worth.
I've always wanted to play Boshi. I'm more familiar with that one just because it has a huge fan base for the speedrunning community.
See if the missiles hit. I haven't seen anyone dodge that one.
Yeah, the fan game community is huge now. I mean, there's more fan games than anyone could hope to ever play in their lifetime.
The most miserable part of Meat Boy is the kid levels.
Jump! Jump!
Oh no.
I have not seen anyone just run from the missile, but that was so funny.
There you go. They're really close to the end.
Yeah. Just 2 levels left.
Here's that music again. There's a couple of really solid jokes in I Want to Be the Guy. that I think make it worthwhile that I wouldn't spoil.
Yeah, I've got no real feeling. I'm not like opposed to playing it. I've just never really had a huge motivation to seek it out.
Well, I'm interested in this one when its full release hits. I do a show where all I do is try to play through the million games I've got though, and now I've got demos. It's impossible. Never gonna catch up.
As soon as you started ranking games, it was all over because there's an unending well there for you to tap.
I just mean games people send me in my email. I get for free. I got 7 in one email the other day. I'm like, man, 3 of them look good. I don't want this. I can't open this email. Everyone has finished.
That's our race.
I also hate the gravity spears of Meat Boy. Meat Boy has a couple of achievements. I used to be real sweaty about getting all the achievements on Steam. Meat Boy stopped me with their 0 deaths thing. There's 2 or 3 worlds in there that I couldn't get. Thanks for joining me, Alter Blues. That was cool.
Absolutely.
Like 25 minutes, 42 for Nodelecta.
We did it.
Yeah, everyone finished.